this is Sunniva.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Rambling.
And today we are taking a look at Tucana Builders, a new game by designers Eilif Svensson and Christian Amundsen Östby, published by Aporta Games.
It plays from 1 to 5 players in 30 minutes.
A new game from Aporta Games. As we always do in these videos, we have to let you know two things. First, it was a review copy that was sent to us from the publisher, and two, we know these designers.
Yes.
So just so you know that before going into this video, we're going to try to be, as we always are, looking at the game with objective eyes or subjective objectivity. I don't know. Is that something?
I don't know.
Subjective objectivity. But you know, yeah. So just to know that, so you can put whatever you want to into that, but we're going to try to talk about this game.
Yes.
Because we played it.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about it. Tucana Builders, kind of a follow-up, not kind of, it's a follow-up to Trails of Tucana, which is a game that we were hoping to have in this video and talk about.
Yes.
But we can't find it.
It's mystically disappeared.
We don't know where it is.
We have no idea where it is.
And we own the game.
Yes.
And now it's not in our house. We looked everywhere we have games, so it's somewhere.
Yes.
It might be at your parents' house, but I don't know why.
But I don't know why.
So yeah, it's not here, but we're going to talk about a little bit about the changes and differences from this one. Anyways, this is a puzzle game, very straightforward puzzle game. It's a tile-laying puzzle game. You're going to draw a card which has a terrain on it. Then everybody's going to draw a tile from a huge pile of tiles, like that, from the middle of the board. Look at it, and then be angry that it was not the tile they wanted.
Oh, yeah.
And then look at the board and be like, oh, that would have been perfect if it was another terrain. And then you're going to be sitting there like, everything is horrible. And you're going to place a tile somewhere and be like, oh, that might not be horrible. Then you're going to draw a new card. Draw another one, be like, no, that was one too late. I needed that last time. And you're going to continue doing that. After you have drawn 12 tiles and been agonizing about why nothing works, then you're going to score some points. And the way you score points in this game is that you want to make these little routes that go from these huts of different colors to animals. I think you're trying to help the animals. I really don't know the theme. It's kind of like a 2-sentence triangle theme here. The animals have been scattered across the island due to a volcanic eruption, and the people of Tucana need your help. Build pots to guide the animals back home.
Okay, so we are helping the animals.
Yeah,
That's
and the people who live at Tucana, they don't know how to make pots.
No.
So they need to have like a pot building company, and also animals can only walk on pots. These are science facts that we learned from playing this game.
Cool.
You are trying to link then, as I said, the animals to the huts, and you're going to score 1 point for each animal. There's some toucans here that's going to score your points because they're wild. The toucans are wild, crazy animals. You're then going to shuffle up the terrain deck, doing that one more time, and then you're going to score points. So you're going to score points in the 3 different colors, and then you're going to score the color that you scored the least in one more time, kind of like Rani Knizia. And the player who has the most victory points, which is the number that is written down when you have the points, is the winner of the game.
Yeah, cool.
So let's talk about it. First of all, Sunniva, you are an expert of seeing games with your eyes.
Yes,
so
I've done
tell
it.
us a little bit about what you saw when you used your eyes looking at this game.
The map layout looks very much like Trails of Tucana.
Yes.
But the colors are very different. They are popping. It's more cartoony, I feel like, this time. First round we played of it, I was just like, I'm not a fan of this.
The artwork?
The artwork.
Or the toucans, because they're wild.
No, the artwork. But then I realized that there's so many paths at some point that it's very, very important that the artwork is clear, that they are differentiated with the different animals, and the paths are clear to see. And I think that in that regards, the artwork is thumbs up from me.
It is like, it looks nice. I think the animals look a bit like, not bad, but boring.
Yeah, I agree.
But
it's very like simple design in that regard.
But as you said, like it's functionality over being like beautiful, and I'd rather have functionality over beautiful any day of the week.
Yes.
The game also has something else.
It has a rule book.
Boom, boom, boom. You already saw it because I read from it. It's very long, 4 pages long, which means it has a front, it then opens, and then it closes, and that's the whole game.
Cool.
It's a very complicated game.
It is.
Like, you have to draw cards and tiles. You cannot draw the tile first and then be like choosing a card. You have to understand all these very complex rules.
You can't make up the rules, is what you're saying?
That's true.
That's why it comes with the rule book.
It does.
I presume.
And it's super simple. Like, it basically has set up playing the game it's this. This is playing the game. End of the round, and then final scoring. And that is that. That is basically that. And they have variants. They have a solo game and they have an achievement variant. So it's super simple, but the rulebook is clear. It makes it easy to understand the easy rules, and it makes me happy. There's no play rates, but they're not needed.
Not needed.
Because you're drawing a card and drawing a tile,
Yes.
and that is it. We played the game. Did it take minutes?
We have played this game with 2, 3, and 4 players, and it has taken us 30 to 60 minutes. I'm happy with the time it takes. Sometimes you're sitting and waiting a little bit for the other players.
Because you're playing simultaneously,
Yes,
because
you are.
there's
Yes.
not an interactive game.
It isn't in the slightest. But yes, sometimes you're waiting for the other players, or sometimes the other players are waiting for you. Because of the very, very accurate description of the game that you presented in your overview. It's very agonizing sometimes.
I think the game was best when it lasted around 30, 40 minutes. I think 60 minutes is a bit long.
Yeah.
The box is saying 30 minutes, so that should be like the first time we played it was 60 minutes, but and also the second time was like 45 or 50 because we got a very bad setup.
Oh, it was so bad.
Yes.
But I think 30 minutes is very doable with this game.
Yeah, at least on 5 players, maybe 45 minutes, depending on, because it's simultaneous, it's going to be like, if you have 1 slow player, it's going to be slower, and if you have 4 slow players, it's going to be probably the same. So gameplay-wise, the loop, as I said, is very simple.
The gameplay loop.
The gameplay loop,
Yes.
not just loop.
Loop.
Not the loop. The loop-de-loop is very,
loop.
very simple. You are, as I said, drawing the card and placing the tile. Very much feels like a X and right game.
Yes.
But instead of the right, it's a flip and place game, basically.
Yes, and I really like that in Trails of Tucana you flip 2 cards, which were terrain types, and you had to draw a line between them to mark a road. In this game, as you said, you draw cards for the terrain type and the random roads that you can like draw the tiles.
Yes.
It reminds me a little bit of Karuba, because then you're also drawing tiles with lines on them, but the similarity stops there for me.
But you're not drawing, you're drawing a number, and that is the tile
true.
everybody has to
Yeah,
to
everybody
place.
has the same tile.
So,
it's not that in this game.
No, that means that like it's adding a bit of randomness to the game.
Yes.
Because even though like the tiles are kind of divided in a logical way, for example, the crossroads that doesn't have any animals feels very important, but there are very few of them, and one player can get like 6, another player can get 0, which is not going to lose you the game like that. But it feels, it might feel tiny more bit random than Trails of Tucana.
I feel that strongly.
Okay, yeah.
I feel that in Trails of Tucana I had like 2 randomnesses. In this I have like more.
More randomnesses.
This is pure science, but yeah, then I could plan. In Trails of Tucana I could be like, okay, I have now planned if I have like a road from the lava, I don't know if that was something, to like forest, or it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But here I'm just like, okay, I need that terrain specifically, and I need those 2 tiles specifically. For example, you shouldn't try to set yourself in that position, but a lot of times you're gonna be in that position.
I'm going to tie this a bit to feeling I get when I play Calico and other puzzle games like that. But Calico is one that I kind of thought about when I play this, even though I think I like this better, is that I'm trying to set myself up as long as I possibly can for as many possibilities as I can.
Yes.
Because if I set myself up, so it's kind of like there is luck, but you can also play badly.
Yeah.
Because you can be like, okay, I need this one specific tile, or else my whole board is going to be worthless.
That's true.
Then you play badly. But you are kind of like in Calico, you're trying to, as long as you can, wait for that specific tile to come up. And then when it doesn't, you're going to be like, oh, it didn't, but then it comes up for you, and you get that kind of a perfect thing. Luck is a thing that usually bothers me a lot. In this game, it's so short.
Yeah, it's short and sweet. It's very...
Sweet, like honey.
It is very satisfying. So even though I can have some bad luck, I still want to go back into another round. Do you get what I mean?
This one feels that filler category, which is not meant to be like a bad thing or a light game, but one that I just enjoy playing. I want to win, but I am basically playing against the best that I can do with what I get.
Yes.
I'm not playing so much against you, other than checking scores.
Yeah.
Basically, since there's not a lot of interaction in the game. But I enjoy the puzzle. That's kind of like if you like you know us. If you watch any of our videos, you know that we like these kind of puzzles. Another thing I really like is that there's a lot of variability.
Yes, and sometimes you can get some combinations that are really hard.
Yeah.
It is that tiles that are what do you call it? The same for everybody.
There's 6 starting tiles.
Yes, that are randomly placed on the board. So
Yeah.
sometimes you can get like the dead end in the middle of your map,
Yeah.
which can be a huge hurdle because the ideal map is just connecting everything
middle,
together.
yes.
It's hard to do, but that's what you want to do to get a lot of points.
And also there is the setup cards for the huts.
Yes, that's
so you have
true.
11 of those, and then you have like a lot of different ways to put these 6 starting tiles out. And it actually, as I said, it feels different.
Yes, it absolutely feels different. We have had rounds that felt hopeless, and we have had rounds that feels like more a walk in the park.
More a walk in the park, like running in the park while being chased by ducks.
Yes.
You also have an advanced variant.
Yeah.
How does it work?
I don't know.
Yes.
I have forgotten.
You have gold cards.
You have gold card, yes.
Yes.
I forgot
Oh.
that was only the advanced. I thought that
is.
was just like the general.
Normal mode.
No, that is a little bit of interaction in this game because you want the person who does the thing on the gold card first gets the most points, and everybody can achieve it afterwards. But I found them very hard.
Yeah.
It was not a gimme at all. Those gold cards.
No, I felt like they were harder than in Tucana.
Yeah, I really had to work hard for them. I think it's super cool that, as in Trails of Tucana, you're scoring the things 2 times.
Yeah.
Like one when you're through the stack once, and then at the end of the game as well. So that really gives you incentive to maybe not be idealizing something, but maybe like, okay, I need to connect that hut now because that will actually give me points here and now. And if you're getting like a little off balance with the 3 colors, that will maybe give you not a benefit, the opposite.
Disadvantage.
Yes, throughout the game. Yes, because of that. Yeah.
I really like that kind of
scoring.
double scoring.
Yeah.
I was thinking like you had it in Trails of Tucana. You also had it in Avenue, which was the other one from Aporta. They had one called Doodle City, I think, which we never played. And they have a new roll right this year, which we haven't gotten to play yet, called House of Cats.
Cool.
So I'm interested to see if they have that kind of scoring there as well, which just seemed that they enjoy that kind of scoring. And I enjoy that kind of scoring. I like that kind of scoring as well, that you have that, the one where you get the Knizia scoring here.
Scoring.
That you score for the least one again. Usually in Knizia you only score the least one, but here you score the least one again. You don't have to balance to win.
Yeah.
I got like super heavy into one color and just got like 8 points in the one I got lost and still won the game. So it's like there's different routes to go, depending of course on the tiles that you get. So
I want to just do a quick shout out to
shouting out
the wild card that you can use
wild
time,
card.
like 2 times in the game, basically, to change the terrain. So you can draw the terrain, draw the tile, and be like, oh, and this doesn't fit on lava, or I need this to go on forest desperately, and you can flip that card and you can cheat. And
you have to be like, boom, I choose you, wild
the
card.
problem is that you want to use the wild card every single round.
It would have been a very bad
every
game.
time, yeah.
One of the most boring games I would have ever played.
Very boring, but I just want like one more wild card maybe.
Yeah,
Or
so
2.
you can
All of the wild
play play the
cards.
super simple solo variant where you get all the wild cards from all the people. So 4 wild cards.
This game is just so hard.
What do you, Sunniva, think about the weight of this game, and who do you think it's for? People, obviously, but what kind of people and what kind of game is this? Let us know your insights into your brain.
I think
Go
this
ahead.
is really great for teachers with a lowest pay of 300. No, just
And no self-esteem.
no self-esteem. Well, no, I think it's a light game.
Yes.
And I think this is for people who like puzzle
Board
games,
games.
and tile laying
Yeah.
and board games. But if you are very like, you don't like looking games,
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be bothered by this. I'm like a tiny bit bothered because
Yes,
sometimes
for me it's like tiny.
oh, it's so frustrating. But at least everybody usually at the table is at least as frustrated as me. That helps a little bit.
The first time we played the game, I got like there's one of these this what's it called again? A curve.
Yeah.
A curved road, a path, that goes like super curved. And it's very hard to place in the beginning, and I got 6 of them
Yes.
at the first 7 times that I drew.
Insane.
I was like, I don't know what to do with this because I don't have any roads. It's just gonna go like this.
But I like that the easier road to play have no animals, and the
Yes.
harder roads to play have
Paths. Very important.
Have more animals.
Yes.
So that feels ish balanced.
That is true. Sometimes I feel like these kind of who is it for is kind of bad. So if you want us to not do it, let us know. We might do it anyways.
Maybe we just like don't announce that we're doing it and just like say the things that we mean.
No, but the thing is, like we're saying, if you like tile laying, you will like this tile laying game.
Yeah, it doesn't make well. It makes too much sense. It's very obvious.
Yes.
Is
So,
what I mean.
but yeah, so it's gonna try to be like an obvious thing. Let us know. But we're gonna do some final thoughts.
Yes.
Before we do that, there's something you can do to help us out in a big way because we love victory points.
Yes, and we get victory points when you click that subscribe button down there. You can also click the bell button to get notifications every time we post a new video.
Final thoughts time for Tucana Builders. You begin, I end. That's the rule.
That's the rules. Well, I enjoyed this game.
Yes.
I like Tucana, the Trails of Tucana more.
Okay.
That is more my style of game. This is
also smaller.
It's also smaller, but I like this as well. It hits like all the spots, but for me this is a little more frustrating.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's more enjoyable. It's still very frustrating and hard with Trails of Tucana as well. But if I had to choose between the two, which I don't,
Haha.
I would choose Trails of Tucana. But this also is a solid game for all the reasons that we've mentioned. I would love to play it again, even though it's so frustrating, but it's still fun, and I'm going to give this a 7.5.
Cool. And also we lost Trails of Tucana, so we can't play that
That's
at
true.
the moment.
We have to find that.
We have to go on a hunt
Yes.
to find a Trails of Tucana. I like it. I basically agree with everything you said. I think it's a very fun game. We wanted to play Trails of Tucana before we did the review, but we have no idea where it is.
Can't find it.
So we want to to compare them a bit more. So let us know if you want us to add a comment if we get to play Trails of Tucana. I enjoy it. I have fun when I play it. It's one of those that just like, it's a fun little puzzle game. I enjoy doing the things. It's like brain burning. It's not.
Well, it is, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh, we're gonna sit there for 4 hours and think about the strategies. It's more like a tactical, oh, this is what I got. It's horrible. Let's place it there and I hope I get something that's better next time.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy that. I like that. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 as well.
Well, actually, it reminds me of that Savannah Park game. That is kind of the feeling that I get, because that is also so, this is crap, but all the other things are also bad. Let's try to not make the worst of it. Yeah. Okay.
It's also a great game.
Yeah, it's
and
very
that's
great.
the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.